Lisa Clark. Thanks for tuning in. So today I'm going to share some Posca markers. These are them. A subscriber had mentioned them to me, said I might give them a shot. They're very trendy right now. Lots of people using them in art. So I got some. I'm going to tell you, I don't have a lot of experience with markers. So this is really it's a learning experience for all of us in this video. So I can tell you, you are going to need to use paper like this. And essentially the reason is the Posca markers, if the paper is too thin, then the marker is just going to make that paper bubble up. It can break the paper down. It can rip the paper. So you definitely need to get like a thicker paper that's meant for like watercolors, something that can hold the moisture without affecting the paper. In between layers, if you're going to use layers of this Posca markers, you need to give it a chance to dry really, really well. I'd say 10 to 15 minutes. I use a hair dryer to kind of speed it along. Acrylics tend to dry pretty quick. So, and that's the same with these pens. So yeah, there you go. That's what we're going to do in this video. Hope you enjoy it. I hope it encourages you to try something different, try something new. For all the items that I used in this video, right underneath in the description box, you'll find all the things that I used, links to if you wanted to get some yourself. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so like I said, I am going to just do really quick. I sped this up quite a bit. Some line work just so I can have something to work with the Posca markers. So this was totally freehand. I really didn't even know what I was going to do until it just started happening. This is scary how my brain works, right? So anyway, this is just showing you that this was my line work and not something else from somebody else. It's just mine. I did end up changing the shape of these legs, I guess, after I started laying down the Posca. So, all right, let me get this other arm put in here real quick, blah, blah, blah. And there, I didn't do any hands because I didn't want to. So here's the Poscas. I'm opening them up right in front of you. And here they are. And now they do say with this package that came that some would be shrink wrapped and some would not, but they assured me that they were all brand new. So that's just a heads up for y'all if you decide to get some. So what I started with was black. That's like my go-to, even though I've already got black line work down. I figured this out later, an easier way to open them. So bear with me while I apparently struggle just a little bit opening this thing up. So anyway, I do finally get it open. Yay. And you do have to shake them. So I'm just showing you that I'm actually reading the directions right there. So yeah, just shake them up. It sounds like a little paint can. Got a little metal ball in there to mix the paint up. So you do have to shake it up because you don't know how long they've been sitting. So, and when you get it open, when you open the lid, that nib is going to be dry, basically. And so you just do a gentle up and down until you get a little bit of ink come. Don't push hard, I can tell you that, or you're going to get blobs. So you just nice, easy does it on the priming of the nib. So, all right, and here we go. This is the first time I'm ever using them. I'm just trying to explore, like, what do they do? Do they blob? What do they do? They behave pretty good. I purposely did tiny detail in the line work because I wanted to see just how small detail I could get these markers to do for me. And honestly, they did a really good job considering, those are mushrooms, by the way, at the top of her hat. I really was curious to see, like, well, what if we had really tiny detail here? I can tell you that these markers will go over any line work. So if if you don't want the line there, these markers will definitely cover it. This is gray. Same thing. And this only needed a couple prime pumps on it to get it going. One, two, three. And there, it was full. And this one was a little more blobby to begin with. It's probably because maybe I pushed too hard when I was priming it, but it soon worked itself out and it was fine. So yeah, as far as small detail, they do pretty good. They cover up well. That black that I laid down first dried relatively quickly. But I didn't put a heavy layer of black on that hat. So I was really pleased with that. I decided I needed a little more line work right there. Sorry. So anyway, back to the Poscas. But yeah, at no time did I have to reshake the pen. I didn't have to reprime it. I did learn if you push too hard when you're priming it, it will be real blobby at first. So for what I'm doing with this picture, I don't need a lot of paint. I don't need a lot to be laid down. I don't. I need small amounts. Some places I just did little dots to get little in tiny little areas, and that worked absolutely fine. I was winging it at this point, trying to figure out where I wanted highlights and just, gray or whatever. I wanted to know, I was trying to figure out like where I wanted the line work to show, and then where it didn't really matter if it did or not. So that was the gray. Well, I'm still on it. This was like a coral pink. I just decided let's do something really vibrant for the mushrooms, and that's supposed to be a flower on the other side of her chest. It didn't come out very well, but that's okay. This was all very practice, and I probably shook this more than I needed to. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I think this one took 4. Yep, 4 times. And I just kind of paused for a moment, and sure enough, it filled the rest of the way up. So I learned there that just give it a moment after you prime it, because it'll probably go ahead and fill the rest of the neb. So definitely don't over push on those. Definitely do not do that. This flower was just a mess. I don't even know what I'm doing. So anyway, the coral, I really like this color. It's really a really pretty color. Then I thought a nice complementary color to the coral would be like this aqua green. And 1, 2, 3, and pause. Oh, I did a 4th one. And just give it a second and it fills up. See, it filled it up. So I learned that. Passing that on to you. Don't over prime when you're going, and do directly up and down. Don't do it like at a slant. This color laid down really pretty too. I like it. I could probably do other designs with this combination of the coral pink and the aqua green. I think they complement each other really well. And then now the first one was gray. This is called silver, and it's glittery is what it is. And I was just curious. I wanted to see what it looked like. So I did try this, and it's like a glitter color silver. This one took, I think, 3 or 4 little pieces of prime pumps, and it was fine. It lays down a little bit lighter. I want to say if I wanted the line work to disappear, I had to go over it twice. And here's where I decided to like reshape her legs just a little bit. But it did cover the line work. So I was like, okay, cool. I like that. I like that it does that, because if while you're doing something, you want to change it, these markers will go right over your line work. Now this color, I had some issues with this one, and I cut most of it out, but it did not want to prime. It did not want to prime. And even during just very little bit of use I used it for in the skull, I had to prime it a couple times, and I didn't like it. I was going to use that color for all the like the spinal cord and all the bones, but it didn't want to cooperate. So I'll have to look into that. So I went to this bright yellow. They call it bright yellow. It looks like orange to me, like a light orange, but to each his own. I think it looks orange. And that's what I decided to use for the bones, the ribs, the collarbones, and the arms. So, and that worked out fine. It just wasn't what I really wanted to go for her, for this, which is whatever this thing is, her skeletal system. And then I thought the breastbone would look cool if it was just a different color to give a little contrast. And then, because the body part was silver, that glittery silver, I used this gold, which again was glitter. It was like a glitter gold. Again, just curious about it, but it worked. It worked out for what I was trying to do. It was fine. And then I decided to go ahead and do some retouching on my line work just to kind of make things pop out a little better around her body. But that's it. I like them. I strongly suggest, there she is. Hope you enjoyed and hope I encourage you to try something different and new. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.